No wonder I didn't remember that. Alright. Rather than spend an hour shocked at that plan, let's go ahead and move on to the second and only, like, the last topic, actually, for this podcast. I don't know if this will be a shorter one. It's definitely going to be shorter than the first one. But I was asked to talk about my personal life. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about one of the biggest events in my life. I'm not going to go into, like, super details. I'm not going to go into, oh, they did this. I'm going to talk about it from the perspective of me internally. It's going to be about my divorce. And it's kind of weird. Before my divorce, I'd easily say, like, the biggest event in my life would be the birth of my children. But now the divorce, I don't know, like, I don't think this is necessarily the biggest event in my life, but this was a huge event because it reshaped me drastically. Because throughout my life, I've always thought, the goal is, find yourself a job, get married, have kids, and, that's kind of it. You win. You get those things, you win. And, I've never had a good or successful job at all. But I did get married and have kids. So I'm like, hey, I'm part of the way there. I'm mostly there, right? 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? So, you're thinking, you're done with this chapter of your life. And then when you're with somebody for so long and then you get divorced, it's this huge resetting event. Like, so much of your life is just destroyed. It's wrecked. And that's what my divorce was to me. It was just me realizing that so much of my life is just there's so much, like, not only is there so much more to life, but there's, like, I'm not even remotely there as far as where I want to be and where I need to go, and, like, how far I'm willing to even push myself. Like, before my divorce, like, I was always, like, afraid to do anything. Like, I won't do a podcast before my divorce. I'm actually kind of shocked I did a YouTube channel at all before my divorce. I didn't do it a whole lot. In fact, I don't even know if it's still up, but if you go into my old videos, you might be able to find the video where my ex-wife did a little voiceover. Wasn't much. It was just a dumb little joke, and I'm definitely not going to dig it up because I hate my old videos. I hate them. I don't even like my new videos. But I enjoy making them. So I torture myself with my terrible voice, and I make these videos. And I'm glad at least some of you guys like them. So, I mean, that's cool by me. Yeah, I'm shocked I even made them then. But there's always this fear, like, oh my God, what if I get a copyright claim and somebody sues me and I go to the poorhouse for the rest of my life? There's all types of little fears I have. And what I kind of realize is all those fears don't mean anything. Just do it. You want to do something, you do it. And of course there's limits. You don't commit crimes. But, like, if there's something you want to do in your life, like make videos, like make a movie. Like, I now I do have limits. Like, making a movie, I would have to be limited to where I live, so I can't move really too far out because of my kids. But I can still make videos. I can get a lot of those creative itches out just by, doing a podcast or making a video. And that's really helpful to me. But also, like, kind of losing and, getting told no. These are fears I used to have. And now, like, this still sucks when those things happen, but I kind of move on with it. I'm kind of okay with it. And that was a big thing that the divorce taught me. Because, there's no actual, like, ending to life until you're dead. So there's a lot you can still do. Even if you feel like you've made it, the only time I'd say you've made it is if you're happy. If you're happy with yourself, then you've made it. Doesn't matter about your job. Doesn't matter, what you're doing. Doesn't matter if you have kids or if you don't have kids. I personally have a preference to having kids because I have kids. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're married. It doesn't matter if you're living with someone. All that matters is, are you happy? And past that, you just kind of have to figure out how you can become happy in a way that works with everyone else. Obviously, you don't hurt any. Like if you're happy hurting people, then you have problems and you need to seek help. But anything past that, just figure out what you need to do to be happy. Because what the divorce did is it was just a solid fucking kick in the balls. It destroyed me. It hollowed me out. And I had to take myself hollowed out and just recreate myself. And, look at aspects of my life and be like, okay, I like that. I don't like that. How do I move past that? And that was kind of a really interesting time in my life. And it wasn't easy. It was as brutal as it gets from an emotional level. There's nothing fun about a divorce. I'm going to tell you that right now. And even once it's done, things can always get caught up again. There's always new fights to be potentially had. And none of it is fun. And all I can say is just do the best you can for yourself. Do the best you can for your family if you ever find yourself in that situation. But also the advice I'd give you after my divorce is don't fear no. Move on from no, evolve from no. But don't fear no. Someone telling you no, at the grand scheme of things, doesn't mean much. It just means now you know where someone stands on something. Now you can figure out how best to move on from that. So, I guess it didn't get too personal, but it's kind of life lessons, I guess. Life lessons from a guy who's kind of a loser. So there you go.